Donald Trump is really excited over his birthday party. He doesn't even care if he's making a mockery of the military, but now the US Army has dropped a surprise bombshell on Donald Trump all over his birthday parade. This bombshell is super spicy, and we're gonna get to it in just a moment. But first, let's not forget the very obvious fact that Trump is making a mockery of the military. He's treating it like a joke.
We are not pawns for Donald Trump's agenda. Why now? It's because the military was called upon innocent protesters. We, in our oath to serve, we serve the people of the United States. The Constitution, these constitutional rights are being stripped and just denied, and the military will not be pawns to that. So I'm calling upon the conscience of military members who served previously and now. We have a conscience, we have mind, and we have a duty and moral obligation to say no and resist evil.
One explanation for why this could be is because of Pete Hegseth. He is an absolute buffoon.
We've already established, you've already admitted that it was classified because everything you get from CENTCOM is classified. You just explained that to me. That's how you justified not answering the question.
Not what I said. I didn't confirm any classification or
Okay, so if it is
what
confirmed,
I know is that
will you take
everything I
accountability?
share, everything I talk about,
Mr. Secretary, does accountability apply to you or not?
is classified whether I talk or not.
Does it apply to you or not?
Does what apply to me or not?
Accountability. You said accountability is back at the Secretary.
And you know what? The Houthis were held accountable for shooting at our
I'm
ship
just asking if it applies
very
to you.
successfully.
I'm not asking about the
previous
Houthis.
administration let our ships get shot at, and nothing was done about it. And thankfully, because of the skill and courage of our troops on the battlefield,
I'm just asking about
we
I reclaim my
put them
time.
in a place
I
where
reclaim
they
my time.
called for a ceasefire.
I reclaim my time. I'm just asking if accountability applies to you. It's a very simple question. We use leadership by example.
Of course. Unlike, I serve at the pleasure of the president like everybody else does.
So it only applies to the president, not to you.
I serve at the pleasure.
You talked about the success of the Houthi operation. About how much money did it cost? How much money did you spend on missiles shooting at the Houthis?
Well, you'd have to compare that with what it cost.
I'm just asking how much did it cost?
Divert our shipping lanes around.
I'm told it's several $100 million, maybe close to $1 billion. How many U.S.-flagged commercial ships have transited the Red Sea since your so-called successful operation?
Well, thankfully, unlike the previous administration,
The answer is zero.
military vessels transit.
No, I didn't ask about military vessels. I
which
asked
would
about
be the
commercial
precursor
vessels.
for
How many
civilian and
commercial vessels?
transit,
It's been several weeks. How many commercial vessels, U.S. flagged, have
Well,
transited the Red
would
Sea?
you, Mr. Congressman, put civilian ships
The
through
questions
dam
are not to
before
me,
military
Mr. Secretary,
ships?
they're to you.
We have responsibly put military
The answer
ships
is zero.
through first.
I reclaim my time.
I'd say this guy being in the Pentagon, that alone is enough to make a mockery of the military. But now the US Army has dropped a surprise bombshell on Donald Trump, and it's all over his military birthday parade. It's hilarious. Take a look.
President Trump's long-awaited military birthday parade may be facing an unexpected enemy: the weather. The massive celebration, set for this Saturday in Washington, D.C., was designed to mark the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army and Trump's own 79th birthday. The plan? Tanks rolling through the streets, 6,600 soldiers in historical uniforms, and flyovers echoing across the Capitol. A spectacle Trump described as a tribute to the greatest fighting force ever to walk the face of the earth. But now, the U.S. Army says lightning could shut the whole thing down. Army spokesman Stephen Warren told The Times, "Rain won't stop us. The tanks don't melt. But if there's lightning, then that puts the crowd at risk. If there's lightning, they will disperse the crowd and even cancel or postpone the parade." The irony: June thunderstorms in D.C. are a known risk. Yet the administration still shipped in 28 Abrams tanks and dozens of other military vehicles from Texas at a cost of up to $45 million. All to fulfill a dream Trump's held since watching France's Bastille Day parade in 2017. He tried and failed to make it happen in his first term. Now back in office, this was supposed to be his second shot to fulfill that vision. But Mother Nature has other plans.
Yes, God said no. This is really hilarious, and I honestly do hope that there are massive thunderstorms on the day Trump is planning his birthday parade. It's like even the weather is saying no to fascism and authoritarianism.